Disgruntled A.J. Brown went to X after just 2 receptions for 7 yards against the Bucs, posting this: "If you're not welcome, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders. Be on your way." Swagu, your thoughts?
Look, I don't like the sentiment from A.J. Brown, but it's not new. We acting like this is something that A.J. Brown has done out of the ordinary for the first time. He was disgruntled last year. And A.J. Brown knows one thing about Philly. At some point, it's going to have to be about A.J. Brown making plays. That's the reality. And I think the frustration with A.J. lies with what the expectations are for himself and this offense. We all can sit here as a 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles team and say that they haven't looked good offensively for a large majority of most of these games that they played. Think about the way they've scored. Think about the way they had to beat the Rams. That is not satisfactory. 2 weeks ago, if they don't throw it to A.J. Brown, they lose to the Rams. So he's coming from that sort of prism. I don't know. I played with Terrell Owens in Dallas. He wanted the ball every play. It should be. Here's what we need to do newly. If your number one receiver doesn't have a selfish characteristic, he's not the guy for the position.
He's not the number one.
He's not the number one guy. And that's where A.J. Brown comes from. And then knowing you can impact games and maybe not have to be in the situations Philly has been in late in games as the wide receiver, I think gives some validity to that. I don't like to quietly withdraw and do all of that. It seems like you lead to your team and the social media thing. But at the end of the day, A.J. Brown is going to be very successful in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform this year.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong about this because I think you're missing something that's very, very important. I think A.J. Brown is a stud. And at the time he got the contract, which was paying him $32 million, guaranteed at $84 million, locking him in with the Eagles supposedly through 2029. I think the part that you're missing is the character of the quarterback. A lot of times that has an effect on how you choose to conduct yourself. I understand there's exceptions. You know, a T.O. gonna be a T.O. You got other guys that may be temperamental at that position. I get that part. But the willingness last year and then again this year, in the throes of winning, to bring that kind of attention to yourself, which automatically brings attention to your quarterback, is something most cats on a professional level would be sensitive to. And the fact that AJ is not as sensitive to that as we would expect him to be, as he normally would be, especially when you got a cat like Jalen Hurts that don't say much and they just win, different.
And they're best friends.
Paul Warfield never do this.
Paul Warfield.
Why is it that A.J. Brown is happier? Does he want to catch 9 balls, 150 yards and lose? Or would he want to win the games?
Don't do that.
Win the games.
We don't have enough time.
Win the games.
Mad Dog.
They're 4-0.
Mad Dog.
Marcus,
Mad Dog.
win the games.
Paul Warfield, Dolphins or Browns? Which one?
Dolphins. They never threw the ball.
And they won the game 2 weeks ago
I just had to
because
look.
of it.
Well, Devontae Smith.
I just had to look it up. For America, Paul Warfield played from 1964 to
That was crazy.
1977. That is who Doggy just brought up.
I got it.
Just wanted to make.
Ollie Foreman.
From a couple of guys coming from Minnesota, you know, they've got legally a really advanced signal stealing type system where they always find a way to put themselves in an advantageous situation. They do a great job with it. They formation you to try to find any nugget they can.
Those comments came from Niners defensive coordinator Robert Saleh before his team faced the Jaguars this past weekend. Niners go on to play the Jaguars. Jaguars win. Things got heated between Saleh and Jacksonville head coach Liam Cohen afterwards. Take a listen.
I was trying to compliment you. World Cup. You don't want to with me.
Whatever happened on Sunday doesn't change how I feel. You know, like in my heart, I genuinely was trying to give a compliment, and I own the fact that I probably used it was a wrong choice of words, but however you want to word it, I mean they're really, really good at putting their players in position to be successful. You know, as coaches, we're always chasing leverage. They're trying to have winning leverage. We're trying to take leverage away. And everyone in the league is trying to find every avenue they can.
was yesterday. Saleh addressing the incident. Now, some context, of course. Sign stealing was what set Liam Cohen off. He was not happy with that assumption that he's stealing signs. Swagu, you played the game. Was he being sensitive, or was this fair?
Look, man, that's a big indictment, right? To say publicly. The undertones, y'all know this. Everybody try to do it. Everybody tries to steal signs, know what you're doing before you're doing it. That's literally the purpose of practice. We want to know what these dudes are doing, right? But again, when you give that connotation out in public, it's like I'm doing something that I don't feel like I'm good enough, so I need to do something else. Technically illegal in order to try to win a football game. So the insinuation that Robert Saleh made gave Liam Cohen the right to feel how he felt. But ultimately, you ain't gonna fight. Like, all of that antics. Stephen, you cover the NBA. It's just like when I see them dudes in the NBA, they not about to fight, right? So Liam Cohen has a young football team. He's trying to establish a culture in Jacksonville, and he probably felt like that would go a long way with his players to know that our coach is gonna approach and take care of us the same way. But ultimately, when you give that connotation, I can understand the reaction.
I'm not going to be long because I know we only got 3 minutes. I totally put the blame on Liam Cohen. Robert Saleh used the word legally.
Yeah.
He used the word legally, all right? He did not say you were doing something illegal. You can even watch a movie like Any Given Sunday, and you see the coaches looking at Al Pacino and vice versa, trying to figure out what they're going to do next. Okay, everybody's trying to do that, right? If you have a problem, you know that he said legally, okay? At that moment, if you gonna see it, look, man, come here, man. You know what kind of coach you are. Do not do that. What we talked about the other day, talk about being men. Talk about, a conversation, that's it. You're gonna walk by, you don't wanna shake his hand, you don't wanna do anything like that, you wanna have attitude. When the man said legally, if you want him to guard what he says, just say so. Just say so. You're a grown-ass man. You're not a kid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a little down on Cohen because I didn't like the way he left Tampa last year. He wasn't going to go, then he was going to stay.
Paid a lot of money, doggy.
And then he hung out in Jacksonville, and Tampa didn't know where he was. He did not handle that departure.
Yep.
And I know it's not easy, but he did not handle that departure well. So I am not giving him the benefit of the doubt on this time either. And Saleh's a good guy. Now, I mean, is he Weeb Eubank? Not necessarily. Yes, I bring that up. It's true. He's not. But he's a good guy. Everybody likes Saleh.
You do understand 99.99% of our audience doesn't know Weeb Eubank.
Oh, we're trying to educate.
You understand what I'm saying? What they gonna do? Google Weeb Eubank now?
I've never heard legally stealing go together before.
So you're down on
Signs. It applies. It applies. It happens.
Legally don't change stealing.
Then tell him, bro. You're a grown-ass man.
Right.
Yo, man, could you watch what you say?
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
Maybe they face off again.
We gotta
Super
go.
Bowl. Red Sox.